Had a nice vacay away. I missed you while I was gone, Jane.
Do you feel refreshed?
I'd like to think so. Yes.
Was it warm? Was it sunny?
All of the above, and yet, as you know, I'm very careful caring for my skin and myself. So yes, all of the right doses. Yes.
I love that.
Mm.
Well, let's talk about, talking about time off. Let's talk about time off in the salon.
Yes.
How do you, Jane, because I know how I do it, but how do you financially prepare for time off? Whether it's a planned vacation or a maternity leave or a surgery, a medical procedure.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many things. And in this industry, we don't get a lot of health benefits.
Correct.
In fact, yes. I don't know that we get any. So
yes, for this insider experience for the communities that are served by these self-care professionals, it's important for them to understand typically benefits such as health insurance or extended paid time off is not part of the package.
Talk about yourself, Jane.
Thank you.
How do you budget?
Great question.
Or plan for that?
I am a big proponent of planning ahead. So typically my vacations are planned a year in advance. As you know, I take care of many influential people. And so for my own caretaking of them, they typically are communicated with ahead of time, for one. I do believe that that is a step some of the generations are wanting to skip, which is beautiful communication to the guests. You and I definitely have chosen a motto for ourselves in which clear is kind. The other thing with that, Jane, is I allow them the scheduling opportunities with me. And so sometimes, because I have chosen this said profession, I open up time ahead of time so that knowing that impending time away on my end, that there will be ample room to fit them in. I do understand that there are some self-care professionals that when it comes to this, they suddenly find themselves confused as to which industry that they are in. And at times I have heard the unkind remark of, why should I have to provide alternate times for my guest? Which is very unkind.
So I think that's fabulous. So you give the client notice about 2 appointments ahead of time. So you're the average client, that would be, 8 to 10, 12 weeks in advance, which gives them plenty of opportunity to adjust their hair schedule.
Yes.
To fit.
The other thing you had asked me was financially, how do I do that? And my answer to that is going to be a bit untraditional, but it is my truth. The gratuities that are given my way do not get spent.
Ooh.
So they remain in an account or in my special vault, and that is where they remain. So if I should have time off coming up or say something unplanned, Mr. Jane at times likes to surprise me with little getaways. And if I should be in facing that, in which I will suddenly have some time off that wasn't planned, but as we love to say, an escapade.
Yes.
The funds are already there for me, but also I am able to communicate directly with my guests. I do believe handing that off to third parties is a bit rude.
I love that.
Thank you very much.
So your gratuities
Yes.
are what fund your fun lifestyle.
What is your take on this subject?
I feel like it's, I don't know, know if it's interesting or whatever, but sometimes I struggle.
Really?
Because taking time away is obviously much needed. We all need to step away and recharge and whatever. But I will never forget back when I was having babies, telling one of my clients that, yes, me and Mr. Jane are going to have a baby. And, oh, that's amazing. And the second thing they said was, "You're coming back, right?"
Oh, goodness.
And I was like, "Well, yes." "Oh, well, how long are you taking off?" And I always took a shorter maternity leave. And that was a very personal decision for myself. And when I told this client the amount of time I was taking off, it was, "But you need to take care of yourself." Well, yes, but part of my mental well-being was I am not cut out to be a stay-at-home parent. And while I admire those that do that and thrive on doing that, I just was not my best self. So,
and there is no trophy for whatever your decision is. Sometimes
absolutely.
I do have the sense that mothers are expecting some kind of trophy for whatever their decision is. And my dear, if you are going to be a mother, I have to inform you, there are no trophies for whatever your decisions are.
Absolutely not.
No one is handing out trophies. There is not a trophy shop in which you go and pick one up. You must do what is best for you, and there are no accolades as to this way or that way as to how you conduct yourself in such a circumstance.
For myself, with a planned extended leave, I would just set aside a portion of my paycheck for that time. And even with the vacations that we take,
there are best practices that can be followed. So for the self-care pros, there are beautiful ways in which you can communicate, plan ahead. Right, Jane, here's the truth bomb. It is in these situations that the amateur is separated from the pro.
Oh, I'm going to need you to elaborate.
Yes. The amateur is annoyed that the guests that she cares for, or he, I apologize for that error, want to find time to get in, and they find that annoying. That is a separation of the amateur versus the professional, and the professional would always offer alternative options because they are grateful and have a thorough understanding of what industry they are actually in. Speaking for both of us, Janes, our distinct honor is to give you the truths of the insider of the self-care industry, of both the guest experience and for those said self-care professionals, of an alternate way of separating the amateur from the pro and remembering the industry that you have found yourself in love with, of creating and caring for those in your community. Until next time, you can find us at Main Jane Salon on Instagram. You can also find the link in our bio to contact us, although I will say, Jane, you are a very expensive price tag to appear in public. What can you say?
It's expensive to be us.
Yes, it is. So until then, we hope that you continue to live a life in which you are no longer the amateur, but the pro.